Okay, so I will start with my weather forecast for today. I watched KLTV 7 online to get my weather forecast, and I'll pull up my notes for that. So the forecast for today, Saturday, October 18th at around 8 a.m. was mainly cloudy with scattered thunderstorms. Showers were just said to start approaching midday with a cold front. In the modules, I learned that a cold front is when a cold air mass displaces a warmer air mass, which would mean there was a drop in air pressure. Also in today's forecast, there were storms predicted with a strong potential of hail. The climate for East Texas is typically humid and warm around autumn, so today's weather reflects that. Fall is also thunderstorm season for this area, so that tracks. Okay, so now for my map. We were to draw isobars, which represent, they indicate sea level pressure, and I have those drawn right here, and I drew the numbers that indicated what the number was. Like this was the 24s, the 20s, 16s. So the H and the L represent high pressure systems and low pressure systems, and the highlighted portion represents, I guess, the temperature or weather that is being affected. So basically, in a high pressure system, it's more likely to be dry due to the air sinking, which creates warmer air, and that air, the moisture is evaporated. So that's what it's like in a high pressure system, and that in this specific map, it would affect like Colorado, Wyoming, and Utah in those areas. And then here's my low pressure system. And low pressure, basically the air rises, so it cools, and the water vapor condenses. So areas that would have like more precipitation due to that water condensation would be like Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky. For wind circulation, in low pressure systems, it's moving counterclockwise. So I have the arrows going counterclockwise. And then in high pressure systems, they're going clockwise. So I have the arrows going clockwise. So my map depiction for this map is due to the wind blowing clockwise in the areas of high pressure. I drew right turning arrows, and for my low pressure area in the eastern United States, I drew my left turning arrows to represent the clockwise wind circulation. So for my weather map analysis for the map for 10/13/25, I put the weather phenomenon I see is some rainfall in the upper and eastern United States and a little in the Midwest. By seeing like the large red L's, I could tell that those were low pressure systems in the Northeast, which would also explain the rainfall that I saw with the green speckled spots. There's a high pressure weather system in the Gulf, which is typical, I imagine, for their hot, dry weather. There's a cold front that's extending. It was extending from the southwest. It's extending southward through the central United States. So it kind of cut through and it ended in the south. It was just cutting through the central United States. But there was an occluded front. This is what I meant. There's an occluded front that starts in the northwest and finishes in the south. And there are also some isobars in the north and southeast. And the isobars, if they're how close they are packed together, represents how the wind is, like how intense the wind is. So I believe in the north, the lines were tighter, and the south, they were not as tightly packed, but I could be wrong. But that is my analysis. Thank you.